All right, Chairman.
Good afternoon. The Board of Adjustment is now in session. My name is Anthony Robinson, and I will be chairing today's meeting. Attending today's virtual meeting are board members Mona Parsley, Joe Klitzing, George Hitt, and Mel Decimo. Also in attendance for the city is Mary Hart Burton, Zoning Administrator for the city, Evan Winkler, Community Development Planner for the city, and who will represent the city in the cases we are hearing today. Andrea Gutierrez, lead zoning specialist. Uh, excuse me. Uh, our attorney for the board is Archer Mellon, and our court reporter will be Laura Stewart. Today we will be hearing 5 cases. First, we will hear from the city's representative, who will explain why the permit could not be issued. Next, we will hear from the applicant and or their representative. Then we will hear from those in favor of the appeal, and then from those opposed. Please be concise, as testimony will be limited to 3 minutes per person. When you come online via video or telephone, please wait to be sworn in by the court reporter, and then please state your name and mailing address. To ensure proper records for our court reporter, we ask that those online or by telephone to please remain on mute. Following testimony on all of today's cases, the board will go into its deliberative portion of the hearing, at which time we will vote on all the cases heard. The board will notify each applicant or their representative of its decision by mail in about 2 weeks. You are welcome to remain during our deliberations. However, we will not hear additional testimony at that time. You may also call the lead zoning specialist, Drea, tomorrow at 314-622-3666 to learn the outcome of your appeal. Again, that number is 314-622-3666. Um, so first, uh, we will be going off the record uh, and deliberate on appeal number 11950. Um, after after deliberating, we will then go back on the record, and the court reporter can, at that point, continue. So, Drea, can we hear appeal number 11950?
Appeal number 11950, 3126 Locust Boulevard, and this is for deliberations only. No evidence or anything, or testimony, it's just deliberations.
And
Thank you.
so, yep, just for a recap for the board, this is an application for a single family dwelling, and they're requesting area variance for a front yard setback beyond the block frontage average. And I should say, last time it was a vote of 3-1, and we need a concurring vote of 4, which is why we had to continue the deliberations. So yeah, I'll leave it up to you guys to kind of discuss where things are at.
What was that exact address, Evan?
Yep, 3126 Locust Boulevard.
It's in the Midtown area. They own the building next door.
I
They wanted
recall.
to build a single family home, and the issue was the setback. It's on a street with all the buildings basically up to the sidewalk, and they just didn't want to build their house on the sidewalk. And they also had a landscape area in front, which in my mind continued the streetscape barrier that was there. It didn't
Yep,
matter to me where the house was, in the front or in the back. So
I agree.
that was the reason I made the motion that I did.
Yeah. And I'm still in disagreement with that. My experience is that uh, landscaping does not, in fact, provide a streetscape frontage. Um, we would never consider that with the Historic Preservation Board, and I really don't think that that should be a consideration uh, with the Board of Adjustment either. It is not, in fact, a streetscape. A streetscape is, in fact, a hardscape, which would not be foliage.
Used to be a building in the middle of that section of land right there. It's not there
Yeah.
anymore, but there used to be.
Yeah, I personally, my thought, which was my thought previously, is that the building could be redesigned such that it is up at the face. You could have a side entrance. You could have additional landscaping to the side of the building, which would likely be the west side of the building. There are a number of ways that this could have been designed so that it honors the streetscape, but they presented something that I just don't think design wise works very well.
But
And
that area is so diverse in its construction all the way around. I mean, you have all sorts of stuff down there, and that's the reason I wanted to second Joe's motion is because there is a lot of diversity there. So this is not going to make even if the landscape is going as set back, it still fits in with a lot of different things that are in the area.
not on that block, not
And
on that block.
but in the area, I mean, it's
Uh,
thinking, looking at the area in general. That's what I'm saying is,
I I I I I get it, Mel. I mean I understand your argument, but when you think about streetscape, you think about the block that you're affecting, not the neighborhood.
but
That's
other people on the block did not have a problem with that. If you remember, there was
I
support from the people in the block. So we're saying, okay, you want to do this. The people around you say it's okay, and we're going to say, no, we don't think you know what you're talking about.
I think that happens though. There are instances where in fact that does happen.
Well,
I'm not saying that that's always the case or we should always look at it that way, but I think that
you've got somebody that's been there for a long time. They've got people around there that have been there a long time that don't have a problem with this.
Mhm,
That's why I supported it then, and I'll support it now.
sure,
That's all.
understand.
I know. It's oh no, I totally respect your opinion. It's just you just have a different opinion. That's all.
Yeah, yeah.
So where are we at, Joe? You still making your motion?
I'll make the same motion. I'd make the motion to approve.
I will go ahead and second it just like I did last time.
Okay. Motion made by Joe, seconded by Mel. All of those in favor?
Aye.
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 All of those opposed? Aye. The motion carries. Findings, Joe?
Um, will not be a detriment.
Then Tony, Anthony, just it was just personal differences of opinion. To still have
Oh.
tremendous respect for you and what you do and and your ability.
No, no problem, Mel. I just, as I
I
planned.
can't hear you, Anthony.
Really?
I
Can
can.
you hear me? Okay.
I can.
Still,
Nope.
Okay.
can everybody else hear Anthony? I can't.
Yeah.
I
Everybody's
can
saying
hear
yes.
everybody just fine.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear
Yep,
you, yeah.
we hear you as
We
well,
hear
Joe. Okay. Sorry about that. Drea, will you please read appeal number 20593?
Sorry,
And
one
we are
one point of order, Mr. Robinson. Can you just say for the
Yeah.
record that we are back.
I was actually about to say we are back on the record.
Thank you.
Appeal number two.
Thanks.
Appeal number 20593 4401 Ridgewood Avenue.
Swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, board members. My name is Evan Winkler, Community Development Planner for the City of St. Louis, and I'll be representing the Building Commissioner. I'm here to present evidence of an appeal to operate a warehouse with office space, including the storage of power washing equipment and supplies, snow removal equipment, and service trucks inside and outside storage at 4401 Ridgewood Avenue. On Friday, August 15th, 2025, we received an email from Suzanne Davis, the applicant. It says, "Hi, Andrea. We are no longer under contract to purchase the 4401 Ridgewood property. Please remove the hearing request from the agenda. Thank you, Suzanne Davis." Phone number 314-443-4029. So it's our recommendation that a motion be made to dismiss without prejudice.
Okay. Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to, without prejudice, dismiss without prejudice.
I'll second you.
All right. Motion made by Joe, seconded by George. All of those in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. All of those opposed? Motion carries. All right. Drea, will you please read appeal number 20594?
Appeal number 20594 5213 Daggett Avenue.
Swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Again, good afternoon, board members. My name is Evan Winkler, Community Development Planner for the City of St. Louis, and I'll be representing the Building Commissioner. I'm here to present evidence of an appeal to operate a retail sales business of clothes and jewelry at 5213 Daggett Avenue. I'd like to present as evidence for this case photos and aerials of the said property, plans for the project, and a certified copy of the City of St. Louis zoning ordinance. The basis for denial of Studio Magnolia concerning the Building Commissioner's refusal to issue an occupancy permit authorizing the petitioner to operate a retail sales at 5213 Daggett Avenue in City Block number 4076.00 is as follows. The present zoning for this address is A, Single Family Dwelling District, and the intent of the applicable zoning provisions are to fix reasonable standards to which buildings and structures shall conform. The applicable zoning codes are as follows. Section 26.16.010, use is prohibited. No structure or land shall be used for use other than permitted in the district in which such premises are located, unless such use is permitted by other provisions of the zoning code. And also section 26.20.020S, use regulations and conditional use summary. Use regulations and conditional uses of the A, single family dwelling district do not allow this appellant's proposal as stated above. Evidence of lawful nonconformity has not been presented. So in summary, the applicant is applying to operate a retail sales business here focused on clothes and jewelry. It's located in the A district, which is not a permitted use. Therefore, a use variance would be required prior to approval. And just as a side note, there have been 2 other variances granted at this location in the past. Appeal number 20325 was for a gym and fitness center. And then appeal 7219 was for a beauty shop. The City of St. Louis Planning and Urban Design Agency states that there's no adopted neighborhood plan covering this location. However, the 2025 Strategic Land Use Plan calls this a medium intensity neighborhood area. And it's intended to support a mix of uses, including some types of commercial activities and neighborhood serving businesses. Therefore, planning staff finds the request of appeal number 20594 is in keeping with the city's comprehensive plan. Are there any questions from the board?
Okay. Let's hear from the appellant.
Hi,
Yeah.
thank you all for being here and thank you for having me.
Thanks, Kelly. Let's get you sworn in.
All right, great.
Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
My name is Kelly Hoker, and the mailing address is 5213 Daggett Avenue in St. Louis, Missouri 63110.
Okay. Go ahead with your testimony.
I would really appreciate if I could be zoned into my jewelry and clothing retail establishment. As you can see, I have scrubs on. I still work in a dental office 4 days a week at Boardmeyer Dental. So I'm currently appointment only. The jewelry that I make is typically customized and fit to the individual. So a lot of my jewelry is appointment only. And a lot of the clothing I make is for bridesmaids and brides with their bachelorette parties and different things. So it's custom. So again, kind of a lot of appointments. So typically when I am open, it is somebody who has made an appointment. And so that really will cut back on parking situation. I also have a letter from the Alderman, the Hill Business Association, the Hill 2000, and I did get a petition of neighboring businesses and my neighbors that live on the street that are okay with me having my space there. I had a smaller space on the outside of the Hill for about a year and a half, and was very involved with the community, joining the Hill Business Association, and I am very committed to making the community a better place. My daughter recently just graduated from St. Ambrose on the Hill, so I've spent the last 9 years of my life in that community, so it means a lot to me. So I would really love to continue to be a part of it.
Okay.
Excuse me, will you be living in the building?
No, I have my own home. This is just a studio. It did used to be a home a long time ago, but I feel like it would take a lot to make it a home again. There are bathrooms, but they've been converted completely. No like shower, bath, anything like that. It's was the gym, which I was actually a member of. It was a great gym. I know at one point even, I'm not sure if it shows up on there, but it was like a butcher shop. So it has been so many different things and redesigned so many times that it would be a little difficult, I feel, to live there and make it a home again. And it's kind of right next to the alley. I'm right next to the Hill 2000 building. D. Gregorio's is right across the street. So it's not really adding any traffic or foot traffic into that neighborhood at that location. It's right on the edge of the residential homes. And actually the Hill president is my neighbor. And so she is really excited about the new location for me.
I guess what I was really asking is, what are you going to use the second floor for?
Oh, that's my office.
Oh, okay. Just
Yeah.
being nosy as much as
Oh,
anything.
yeah, for sure. Ask me anything. I have a 14-year-old daughter, and so I'm putting a couch up there and a TV because she likes to hang out with me when I'm making my clothes, and it's something that she's interested in. She wants to actually start getting into the wedding business and making bridal clothes with me.
That's nice. Yeah, I noticed the first floor was definitely a commercial space at one point in time. So I don't have any more questions. I guess, do you have a commercial trash dumpster?
So Rally, which is the nice store that's right there, and they're letting me use their dumpster.
Okay, that answers my question.
Great.
That's it. Oh, what are your hours? Well, you already basically went through that. You got
Yeah, so
appointments,
right now
correct?
I'm appointment only. So I have like an appointment, a digital appointment book that people can go online and book with me. And then I also do like people can call or text me.
Well, how early would you start and how late would you end your appointments?
throughout the week, I usually am there around like 5 or 6 or so. And then on the weekends, I'm typically there like in the morning and afternoon.
So if we said your hours of operation were 7 in the morning till 10 at night, that would cover you?
Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be great.
Just want to get something down on paper as much as anything else.
Yeah, that'd be great. Because sometimes in the evening, I do have like, I call them like, jewelry, like get togethers where women will come in and, like after work or something like that, or in the evening, and I'll do jewelry for them on site. So that could be like an evening type thing. So yeah, 10 would be good.
Okay. I'm done.
Great, thank you.
Any other board members have any questions? Okay. Is there anyone here to testify in favor of this appeal? All right. Is there anyone here to testify in opposition to this appeal? Okay, hearing none, I will read into the record exhibits. Certified copy of the zoning ordinance, appeal to the board, basis of denial, meeting notice letter, City Journal public notices, photographs, Sanborn maps, memo from Planning and Urban Design, signed community support sheet submitted by petitioner, a letter of support from Alderman Matt Devotie, a letter of support from Stephanie Scott, co-owner of Personal Space Fitness LLC, and a letter of support from Jennifer K. Ganino, the Hill 2000 Neighborhood Association. And with that, I will consider this appeal having been heard.
Thank you.
Thank you. Drea, can you read appeal number 11964?
Appeal number 11964, 5025 Delmar Boulevard.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Again, good afternoon, board members. My name is Evan Winkler. I'm a community development planner for the city of St. Louis, representing the building commissioner. I'm here to present evidence of an appeal to install 3 wall signs, 1 ground sign illuminated with directional signs, and 2 drive-through menu boards with electronic message centers at 5025 Delmar Boulevard. I'd like to present as evidence for this case photos and aerials of the said property, plans for the project, and a certified copy of the city of St. Louis zoning ordinance. The basis of denial for Electric City Crew, care of Eric Tyron, concerning the building commissioner's refusal to issue a building permit, authorizing the petitioner to install 3 wall signs, 1 ground sign illuminated with directional signs, and drive-through menu boards with electronic message centers at 5025 Delmar Boulevard, located in city block number 4837.00 is as follows. The present zoning for this is Zone H, Area Commercial District. The intent of the applicable zoning provisions are to conserve the values of property throughout the city of St. Louis and protect the character and stability of residential, business, and industrial areas. It's also to fix reasonable standards to which buildings and structures shall conform. The applicable zoning code provisions are section 26.68.010, which is the scope of chapter. These regulations shall govern and control the erection, remodeling, enlarging, moving, operation, and maintenance of all signs by conforming uses within all zoning districts. Nothing herein contained shall be deemed a waiver of the provisions of any other ordinance or regulation applicable to signs. Signs located in areas governed by several ordinances and or applicable regulations shall comply with all such ordinances and regulations. Also, section 26.68.0206, definitions. For the purpose of this chapter, the following terms, phrasing, words, and their deviations shall have the following meanings. 6 is that electronic message center is a sign or device capable of displaying letters, numbers, words, symbols, figures, or images, including graphics that can be electronically, digitally, or mechanically changed by remote or automatic means. This definition includes what is commonly referred to as a digital sign or device. And then finally, section 26.68.100C, signs in zone G and H. Permitted sign types are wall, window, ground, marquee, and roof signs are permitted. Projection signs are permitted that comply with the provisions in the definition section, designated as 26.68.02015 A through E, are also permitted. Evidence of lawful nonconformity has not been presented. So in summary, the applicant is applying for a building permit to install some signage, to update a Burger King, which was given a building permit, a recent building permit AB 582904, located in the H district. This is for the renovation of the Burger King, and it was granted a conditional use approval for a second drive-through lane and an area variance for a second menu board per appeal number 11284. The project was actually stalled a little bit because of COVID, and then they are more recently applying to move forward. And then, as you know, they were also in the area of the tornado. All of that to say, the two drive-through lanes are proposing electronic message sign boards. And unfortunately, electronic message sign boards are not a permitted use in this district. Therefore, 2 use variances will be required prior to approval. And then the City of St. Louis Planning and Urban Design Agency states that in general, adopted elements of the comprehensive plan, including the strategic land use plan and neighborhood plans, do not address signage and don't have a specific recommendation. Therefore, planning staff elects not to make a finding for sign variances at this particular appeal. They may in the future if certain special circumstances or site conditions warrant special attention. And some of those circumstances might be the location, size, orientation, content, or adopted plan that specifically addresses signage. However, in this case, that's not the circumstances. Therefore, no findings have been made for the following appeal, number 11964. Are there any questions from the board?
Do we know what these signs look like?
There should be plans.
Yes.
Maybe it's in a separate one and I just didn't see it yet. Thank
Yes,
you.
it's in the
Yeah,
it's
there
in the
should be
following.
plans in your packet.
They're pretty traditional fast food. I mean, you probably don't go to fast food that often, but they're a pretty traditional, what you'd expect to see at a Burger King drive-through.
Well, this is the Burger King in my neighborhood, and it'll be a true improvement. And it's not a renovation, it's a rebuild. It's down to the foundations now, they tore it down.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for it to open because typically a new restaurant like that has the best burgers. Because it's all new grills, new equipment. So yeah.
I see it now. It was in a separate thing. Thank you.
So let's hear testimony.
Okay, let's hear from the appellant.
That's me right here, Corey Atkins.
Okay,
Hi, everybody.
Corey.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for being here. We are doing the sign
hold on,
package.
Mr. Atkins.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
we have to get you sworn in.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
All right, now, Mr. Atkins, can you give us your name and mailing address for the record?
Yeah. Corey Atkins. Mailing address is 2100 North Flark Drive, Fenton, Missouri, 63026.
Okay. Now give us your testimony.
So thanks for being here. We're doing the sign package for this Burger King rebuild. The digital menu boards were the issue that was brought up. They're pretty common. Most places that you order from now will be a digital menu board. These are not streaming digital menu boards, so nothing is moving and there's not a lot of crazy action at one time. The only time it changes is from breakfast to lunch. That happens every about 12 hours. It just switches the menu over. That was, I believe a concern there that there was going to be moving images and distraction for drivers or the neighbors. We did get approval from the Board of Aldermen supporting the use of a digital menu board. And I believe we had that submitted over to you guys as well.
Okay. Any board members have any questions?
Hey, Corey,
Yeah.
can you supply a trash can with one of those arms at the end of it after the drive-through for trash? We have found that to be very helpful because everybody wants to take their straws or just a little bit of trash and throw it out the window
Right.
after they get their food.
I
Mona,
like
Is
that
that
idea.
something?
They
I
used to
definitely
have
like
one.
that idea.
Mona, so that was actually a condition of the variance for the actual building permit of the restaurant. So they will be required to do that. This is just for the signage.
Yeah, I know, just asking questions.
I'll see what we can do to help push that through.
All right, so that's already a condition of the building permit. Is that correct? What I heard, Evan?
Yep.
I'm all about the
Evan.
trash, so thank you.
Me too.
Or lack thereof trash. Okay, thanks.
So just for the board's information, we wouldn't normally put conditions like trash cans or something like that on a sign permit. But Evan, we do have some standard conditions for electronic message center signs if the board wants to consider those.
Anyone?
I don't think it's necessary. These signs are way in the back. As long as they have the dimming technology and everything else to the standard, I don't. We can put it on there, but there's things there that we need to take off, I think.
Certainly.
There are conditions that I don't think apply here. That's what I'm saying. Like there's no rapid change every 12 hours. If it was one of the others, we'd probably put like an 8 or 10-second change on it. But we're looking at this and it's not that type of sign. But yeah, we can go through those if you want to.
I don't need to. Any other board members? No. Do I hear a motion?
I hear
Well,
a motion.
guys,
Oh, go ahead.
that'll be in deliberations.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So
We
So
need to
we
get
need
rest of
to-
testimony of either.
I'm sorry. Yeah. My apologies. Is it, any other board members have any questions? Okay. Is there anyone else here to testify in favor of this appeal? Okay. Is there anyone here to testify in opposition to this appeal? Hearing none, I will read into the record exhibits, certified copy of the zoning ordinance, appeal to the board, basis of photographs, Sanborn maps, memo from Planning and Urban Design, letter of support from Alderwoman Shameen Clark Hubbard, community letter of support from Rhonda V. Jones, president of the Academy Sherman Park Neighborhood Association. And with that, I will consider this appeal having been heard. Drea, can you read appeal number 11965?
appeal number 11965.
Okay.
2652 Hampton Avenue.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Again, my name is Evan Winkler, Community Development Planner for the City of St. Louis, and I'll be representing the Building Commissioner. I'm here to present evidence of an appeal to install one wall sign illuminated per plans at 2652 Hampton Avenue. I'd like to present as evidence for this case photos and aerials of the said property, plans for the project, and a certified copy of the City of St. Louis zoning ordinance. The basis for denial of Warren's sign, care of Sue Winter, concerning the building commissioner's refusal to issue a building permit authorizing the petitioner to install one wall sign illuminated per plans at 2652 Hampton Avenue, located in city block number 5894.00 is as follows. The present zoning for this address is Zone F, Neighborhood Commercial District. The intent of the applicable zoning provisions are to fix reasonable standards to which buildings and structures shall conform. The applicable zoning code provisions are section 26.68.010, scope of chapter. These regulations shall govern and control the erection, remodeling, enlarging, moving, operation, and maintenance of all signs by conforming uses within all zoning districts. Nothing herein contained shall be deemed a waiver of the provisions of any other ordinance or regulation applicable to signs. Signs located in areas governed by several ordinances and or applicable regulations shall comply with all such ordinances and regulations. Also, section 26.68.020, 21 definitions. For the purpose of this chapter, the following terms, phrasing, words, and their deviations shall mean the following. Sign frontage means the length along a ground floor building front, facing a street or a private way accessible from a street, which is occupied by a separate and distinct use or by the same use which occupies the front of said building. And then finally, section 26.68.090 D2, signs in zone F, permitted maximum sign area, all other uses, the total area in square feet of all on-premise signs on a sign frontage, except for freestanding signs, shall not exceed the sign frontage multiplied by a multiplier, which is determined by the distance from the front of the building to the center of the street. Accepting that, a use with less than 25 feet in sign frontage may have a maximum of 50 square feet of on-premise signs. Evidence of lawful nonconformity has not been presented. In summary, this applicant is applying for a wall sign on the north portion of their building. However, the north portion of their building does not have sign frontage because it's not along a public street or a private way, whereas the western portion and the southern portion of this building do have sign frontage because it's along the street and then the private way of the parking lot. Therefore, because there is no sign frontage on the north side of the building, an area variance would be required to approve this sign, which is approximately 42.75 square feet. The City of St. Louis Planning and Urban Design Agency again mentions that the neighborhood plan and the strategic land use plan do not specifically address signage. And in this case, there are no special circumstances or site conditions which warrant specific attention. Therefore, no findings have been made for the following appeal number 11965. Are there any questions from the board?
Okay, let's hear from the appellant.
Hey, I'm Steve Behrens with Warren Sign Company.
Okay, Mr. Behrens, let's get you sworn in.
Raise your right. Thank you. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
My name is Steve Behrens. Mailing address is 2955 Arnold Tenbrook Road, Arnold, Missouri 63010.
Okay, go ahead with your testimony.
Okay. Really, the need for a wall sign on the north elevation here is due to safety concerns, because this location sits at the intersection of where Watson terminates at Hampton. It's a confusing Y intersection, and this building is right in the middle of it. And people traveling southbound on Hampton would not be able to see that this is Kind Goods until they're in the middle of that intersection, which might cause some people to slam on the brakes or have to make an emergency left turn. And in the middle of an already confusing intersection, that could create a lot of problems. So our solution was to put a sign on the north side of the building so that southbound traffic would see it with enough time to put on their blinker and have enough time to prepare to turn left onto Reber, which is also in the middle of the intersection. And not having that could create dangerous circumstances.
Is it your intention to remove the landscaping on the north side of the building so the sign can be seen?
Yes. If that hasn't been done already, yes.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask if that landscape was on their property and not the next door neighbor.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Any other board members have questions?
Will you, what time will you shut off the light? I mean, the sign. Will you turn it off at night when the business is not open?
I don't know what they have their timers set at. Generally, signs stay on from dusk to dawn. But if that's unacceptable, I'm sure they're open to suggestions.
Well, we'll talk about it in deliberations, I guess.
Okay.
Thanks.
Any other board members? Okay, is there anyone here to testify in favor of this appeal? Okay, is there anyone here to testify in opposition to this appeal? Hearing none, I will read into the record exhibits, certified copy of the zoning ordinance, appeal to the board, basis of denial, meeting notice letter, City Journal public notices, photographs, Sanborn maps, memo from Planning and Urban Design, and a letter of support from Michelle Pona, President, Southwest Garden Neighborhood Association. And with that, I will consider this appeal having been heard. Drea, can you read appeal number 20119?
Appeal number 20119, 5610 Dr. Martin Luther King Drive.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Again, my name is Evan Winkler, Community Development Planner for the City of St. Louis, and I'll be representing the Building Commissioner. I'm here to present evidence on grounds for revocation of a variance issued to operate a used auto sales business with auto repair and outside storage at 5610 Dr. Martin Luther King Drive. I'd like to present as evidence for this case photos and aerials of the said property and a certified copy of the City of St. Louis zoning ordinance. First, I'll be reading the proceedings of the Board of Adjustment variance. Appeal number Appeal number 20119, and then I'll be reading the revocation letter. Appeal number 20119. On December 20th, 2017, the Board of Adjustment of the City of St. Louis heard appeal number 20119 pursuant to section 26.84.040 of the zoning code concerning the building commissioner's determination that it would violate the zoning code to operate an auto sales and repair with outdoor storage at 5610 Dr. Martin Luther King. The conclusion of law and order, it is the decision of the Board of Adjustment that there exists an undue hardship with respect to the subject application, making it difficult to comply with the strict letter of the zoning code. The board therefore grants a use variance as conditioned to to doing business as Brighter Day Auto Sales and Services to operate an auto sales business with vehicle repairs and outdoor storage at 5610 Dr. Martin Luther King Drive. The board also concludes that the granting of the variance is in accordance with the spirit of the code, that it secures the public safety and welfare of the community, and that it will result in substantial justice for all. The board also orders the following conditions be attached to the variance. Condition number 1 is that the appellant shall obtain the proper permits from the City of St. Louis Building Division for any proposed signage at this location. Condition number 2, the appellant shall properly dispose of all hazardous materials. Condition number 3, there shall be no outside payphone on the premises at any given time. Condition number 4, there shall be no outside vending machines on the premises at any given time. Condition number 5, there shall be no outside storage on the premises at any given time. Condition number 6, there shall be no overnight outside storage on the premises at any given time. If a vehicle must remain overnight for any reason, it must be stored inside of the garage. Condition number 7, there shall be no body work or spray painting on the premises at any given time per appellant's testimony. Condition number 8, the hours of operation will be limited from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday and only by appointment on Saturday. Condition number 9, the entire parking vehicle display area on the exterior of the premises shall be paved and striped. Parking areas shall be striped so as to substantially conform to the width and depth layout standards for parking spaces as provided for in section 26.16.080D of the zoning code, and parking spaces shall be arranged in a manner so as to provide easy access to all vehicles on the lot. Parking lot space layout shall be submitted to and approved by the zoning administrator before beginning striping. Condition number 10, vehicles owned by appellant are prohibited from being parked or sold on the public streets, alleys, or sidewalks adjacent to this location. Condition number 11, vehicle access and egress from the lot shall only be permitted utilizing established curb cuts and driveways on premises. No access, egress of vehicles shall be permitted across sidewalks or curbs. Condition number 12, the stringing of lights, flags, or streamers on the premises is prohibited. Condition number 13, any parking area lighting to be installed shall be installed on metal or masonry poles with underground wiring and shall not exceed 22 feet in height and adjusted so as no more than 0.5 foot candles measured at grade falls on any abutting residential use premise. These improvements shall not be installed until approvals and permits are received from all appropriate city agencies. Condition number 14, there shall be no exterior signage installed on premises until separate approvals and permits are received from all appropriate city agencies. This shall include mobile commander boards and balloons on tethers. Condition number 15, exterior amplified intercom systems or phone ringing systems are prohibited. Number 16, the existing building on the premises, if any, shall be completely repaired and restored pursuant to all applicable zoning and building codes. These improvements shall not be installed until approvals and permits are received from all appropriate city agencies. Condition number 17, there shall be no storage of derelict or salvage vehicles permitted on subject premises or on public streets, alleys, or sidewalks adjacent to this location. All vehicles shall be in operable condition. Condition number 18, there shall be no open storage of automechanical or body parts, batteries, tires, motor oil, or other automotive fluids or refuse of any nature on the subject premises or on public streets, alleys, or sidewalks adjacent to this location. Condition number 19, there shall be no salvage of parts from vehicles on subject premises. Condition number 20, subject premises shall be landscaped in accordance with the minimum exterior review standards, whereas plans must be submitted to and approved by the zoning department. Condition number 21, all repair work shall be done inside of the building. Condition number 22, the appellant shall provide a commercial dumpster and establish a trash removal contract through a private source for regular pickups and maintain the entire premises in a clean, orderly appearance at all times. The above motion made by Joe Klitzing was seconded by George Hitt and was passed by unanimous vote of the board. All right, thanks for bearing with me. And now we have the violation letter. On July 29th, 2025, Dear Dwayne Lowe, for your review, I have attached a copy of the decision of the Board of Adjustment, appeal number 20119. And as a result of that decision, you were granted a variance with conditions that permitted you to operate a used auto sales business with auto repair and outside storage at 5610 Dr. Martin Luther King Drive. After an inspection on the premises on July 25th, 2025, it has been determined that you are in violation of the subject variance. Specifically, on the date of the inspection, it was shown that you were in violation of the following conditions. Condition number 1, that the appellant shall obtain the proper permits from the City of St. Louis Building Division for any proposed signage at this location. A violation of condition number 2, the appellant shall properly dispose of all hazardous materials. Condition number 5, there should be no outside storage on the premises at any given time. Condition number 6, there should be no overnight storage on the premises at any given time. If a vehicle must remain overnight for any reason, it must be stored inside of the garage. Condition number 8, hours of operation shall be limited to 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday and only by appointment on Saturday. Condition number 9, the entire parking vehicle display area on the exterior of the premises shall be paved and striped. Parking area shall be striped so as to substantially conform to the width and depth layout standards for parking spaces as provided for in section 26.16.080D of the zoning code. And parking space shall be arranged in a manner so as to provide easy access to all vehicles on the lot. Parking lot space layout shall be submitted to and approved by the zoning administrator before beginning parking or striping. And then a violation of condition number 10, vehicles owned by the appellant are prohibited from being parked or sold on public streets, alleys, or sidewalks adjacent to this location. Condition number 14, there shall be no exterior signage installed on the premises until separate approvals and permits are received from all appropriate city agencies. This includes mobile commander boards and balloons on tether. A violation of condition number 16, the existing building on the premises, if any, shall be completely repaired and restored pursuant to all applicable zoning and building codes. These improvements shall not be installed until approvals and permits are received from all appropriate city agencies. A violation of condition number 17, there shall be no storage of derelict or salvaged vehicles permitted on subject premises or on public streets, alleys, or sidewalks adjacent to this location. All vehicles shall be in operable condition. Condition number 18, there shall be no open storage of automechanical or body parts, batteries, tires, motor oil, or other automotive fluids or refuse of any nature on subject premises or on public streets, alleys, or sidewalks adjacent to this location. And a violation of condition number 19, there shall be no salvage parts from vehicles on subject premises. As provided for in section 26.100.040 of the 1994 revised code of the City of St. Louis, there will be a public hearing before the Board of Adjustment on Wednesday, August 27th, 2025 at 1:30 p.m. via online viewing or telephone to consider the revocation of the subject variance and occupancy permit. Instructions for meeting access are attached. Please be present or have someone represent you at this hearing. If you are unable to attend or unable to have someone represent you, please contact us immediately to reschedule the hearing. If you have any questions relating to this matter, I can be reached at 314-622-3666. Respectfully, Zoning Administrator Mary Hartford. All right. So I'm also the acting inspector, and an initial inspection was done on July 25th, 2025. As you heard from the violation letter, they were in violation of a number of the conditions. And part of that stems from the way these properties are currently configured. They received a variance for 5610 Dr. Martin Luther King, but they actually own and operate across multiple parcels. As part of their original testimony, for the findings of facts, appeal number 20119, the appellant testified that he owned the properties from 5600 to 5620 Dr. Martin Luther King Drive, but that the lots were not consolidated. He stated he was aware that if he would like to use any other parcel, then he would need to apply for them separately or consolidate the lots. And no applications were made for occupancy permit at those additional sites, and there's been no application to consolidate those lots. At the time of July 25th, as the letter pointed out, they were in violation of condition number 1. There was signage with no permits on file. They were in violation of condition number 2. There was open containers with oil and other liquids. They were in violation of condition number 5. They had outside storage, but again, that's partly due to the nature of they only received a variance for the one parcel, which has the building, and the storage is on these additional parcels. They're in violation of condition number 6. They're storing vehicles overnight. They were in violation of condition number 8. The hours of operation shall be limited from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, and only by appointment Saturday. The hours of operation listed on their building are that they're open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. They're in violation of condition number 9. No space layout or striping plan has been approved by the zoning administrator. They were in violation of condition number 10. Vehicles were parked on the streets and sidewalks. They were in violation of condition number 14. Again, dealing with signage, no permits are on file for the signage that's installed and painted. They were in violation of condition number 16. There's some significant brick damage on the northwest corner of the building, and it appears it may have been struck by a vehicle. They were in violation of condition number 17. There was storage of derelict and salvage vehicles that were not operable. They were in violation of condition number 18. There was open storage of auto mechanical and body parts, tires, motor oil, etc. And then they were also in violation of condition number 19. The salvage of, they're not permitted to have salvage parts, but there were salvage parts throughout those different properties. So again, I did a follow-up investigation yesterday, and I will say the street frontage has had significant improvements. They corrected violation number 2. There was no more open containers of liquid. They corrected violation number 10. The vehicles were no longer parked on the streets or the sidewalks. And then they corrected number 18. There shall be no open storage of motor oil or automotive fluids. So with that, though, they're still in violation, unfortunately, of condition number 1, condition number 5, condition number 6, condition number 8, condition number 9, condition number 14, condition number 16, condition number 17, and condition number 19. So again, part of that has to do with needing to consolidate these parcels. And then the applicant may also want to request to amend their conditions because it appears that their operation is much different than what the original application was granted. So with that, are there any questions for me from the board?
Okay, let's hear from the appellant.
Hi, yes, Dwayne Lowe here.
Okay, Mr. Lowe, let's get you sworn in.
Sir, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Lowe, can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
Yes, Dwayne Lowe. My mailing address is 1246 Huntsman Drive, St. Louis, Missouri, 63137.
Okay, go ahead with your testimony.
Yes, first of all, I would like to thank you all for giving us this opportunity to be heard. Of course, there was a number of violations. Some of the stuff stemmed from me, myself, not personally understanding the exact agreements and the variance, mainly pertaining to consolidating the property. We did have an issue early on with some of the lots not being correctly worded. I think that the person we purchased the property from had previously owned the lot that the park is behind the building, and subsequently something happened, a deal was made to where that property was given for some land next to the building and in the back of the building. So we had to go back and forth to the city to try to get that amended and corrected. But with that being said, all of the violations are accurate. We started off with a real small operation, and it was just a few cars. But over the years, it had grown. And again, like I stated, I didn't understand the totality of the need to consolidate all of the lots so that it would be all under the one umbrella of Brighter Day Auto Sales. So that, again, that's on me. I didn't know that we couldn't store vehicles on the other lots that we own. We did try to clean up a lot of things, and we are in the process of trying to apply for permits for the signage on the building. Again, we're like I said, it just outgrew us. It just grew at a rate that was substantial. We couldn't keep the vehicles inside the shop because there just wasn't enough room. And with that being said, we are trying our best and doing our due diligence to get everything to be in compliance with the city regulations and ordinances. And we've made a great stride in cleaning up the things. And like I said, we're doing our best to try to get everything done. And all we ask for is a little more time to get the other few items straightened out. Most of the stuff stemmed from me needing to just consolidate all of the land into one. And then we got some of the lot. A lot of the lot is actually paid, but we just ran out of funds. We couldn't get it all done, but we're in the process of trying to get everything to be within the ordinances and in compliance.
Okay. Ms. Burton.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This question is for Mr. Lowe. Mr. Lowe, where are you in the process of your sign permits?
I have the stuff together. I was planning on going down early next week and applying for the permits for the signage.
Okay, so you haven't actually made an application yet then?
No.
Okay. And where are you in the process of the lot consolidation?
Well, that is just something that I'm just aware of right now, that we need to consolidate the lots.
Okay, so you haven't begun that process then since
No, I'm just aware of that right now.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any board members have any questions? All right. Thank you, Mr. Lowe. Is there anyone here to testify in favor of this appeal?
Yes, I believe
in favor.
Go ahead.
Mr. Robinson.
Yeah.
Do you mean to ask if there was anyone here opposed to the revocation?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Yeah, it's weird with revocations. Yes. Is there anyone here in opposition to this revocation?
There should be another person here to speak on behalf of Brighter Day, Matthew Cox.
He's here. I think he's on his phone. Mr. Cox, it's *6 to unmute yourself. And then we'll have to get you sworn in.
Yeah.
Can you hit *6? Oh, you are unmuted for just a second.
Okay. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Mr. Cox.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
we
sir.
can hear you. We can hear you fine. Let's get you sworn in.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Mr. Cox. My name is Laura Stewart, and I'm the court reporter. Since you are on your phone, can you verbally confirm that your hand is raised?
Yes.
Okay. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
My name is Matthew Cox. I live at 947 Laurel Street, 63112.
Okay, go ahead with your testimony.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for giving us an opportunity to speak with you all. I am a member of this community. You see that my address was 947 Laurel Street with the zip code is 6311, the same as Brighter Day. Dwayne hired me to run the shop. And as he stated earlier, we have been extremely busy for us working, and we are trying to get all of the variants that was on the paper together, but it just, some things cost money that we just didn't have at the particular time to start those processes. But we are in the process of trying to make all of these things happen. We do want to stay in this community and thrive in this community. And I was just asking you guys if you can give us a little more time to comply with all of the things that we need to do.
Okay.
For the most part, I wanted to video you guys to show y'all all the updates that we did do. We have no parts on the grounds at all, no parts, no engines, no open containers, no none of these, no tires. We closed down last week to clean everything up on the lot. I mean everything. So we have made a drastic turnaround and we will be able to operate between the times of 8 and 4. That's no problem. I mean, a lot of the stuff that we need to do, we can apply and do. I mean, we can do everything that you guys asked us to do. But just like Dwayne stated, I didn't understand all of the variants and how to address everything, but we do take full responsibility for everything that has happened. And like, we want to clean and rectify everything. So you guys are willing to give us a chance to even help us to understand some of the things that we need to do, we will be in compliance.
Okay, Ms. Burton.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Lowe, this question is, I'm sorry, Mr. Cox, this question is for you.
Yes, ma'am.
So how much additional time do you think that you would need to come into compliance with all of the conditions that you are in violation of?
Realistically, probably a year. Because we do have a lot of cars. See, I don't even understand the outside storage part. I was under the understanding that we were able to do that. So now I'm saying that we're not able to do that. So we do have a lot of vehicles that's here. So that's going to take time to get rid of all of these cars.
Okay, so you would also have the option of applying to come back before the board to try to amend your conditions. Is that
okay? Well, yes, ma'am. Well, can we do that? And yes, I would definitely like to amend it.
Okay, and then how long do you think it would take you to make the application for the sign permits and for consolidating all of the lots?
Now that shouldn't take us no time to be able to do that. I think we can do that.
Right. So all of those processes involve
30 days. I think we can get that stuff done within 30 days. That's just us going down to the city and applying for the permit. Is that correct?
Well, some of those processes will involve hiring a surveyor. When you consolidate lots, you have to hire a surveyor. He prepares a plat. That all starts with BPS. So this is not stuff that you can just come down to the city and have happen over the counter.
Yes, ma'am.
It takes some time, and that's why I don't get to make the decision. The board makes the decision, but if the board would decide to grant you more time, I'm trying to determine what's a reasonable amount of time that you can be successful in meeting all of these conditions so that we don't set you up for failure, basically.
Yes, yes, ma'am. So basically, how much of a time you guys can give us is we're going to try to be in compliance with the time.
Personally, I think a year is too long.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I'm suggesting to you that you might want to consider amending your conditions if, in fact, can you not operate your business without the overnight storage of vehicles outside? Is there no way possible to operate your business and meet that condition?
Can you explain it to me? Like what?
Sure.
When you say, is that saying to not have no cars outside on the inside of the lot?
Let me read the condition to you and then I'll explain it to you. Condition number 6 says there shall be no overnight outside storage on the premise at any given time. If a vehicle must remain overnight for any reason, it must be stored inside of the garage. With that condition on your variance, it is up to you as the person that received a variance to do something that's not allowed in that district to make sure that if you bring the cars outside during the day to work on them, they must all be inside the building in the evening. There must be no cars left outside on the lot. If you cannot comply with that, then it's probably in your best interest to try to amend that condition or to take your business to another location where you don't need a variance to operate. Does that make sense?
Yes,
to you?
ma'am. Okay, I see. So I definitely want to try to amend that.
Okay, so as part of that amending process, if the board would vote to grant you more time to do that, you're going to have to come down to our office in a timely fashion. You're going to have to file an appeal to amend it, and you're going to have to get back on the board. And we probably can't get you back on a Board of Adjustment agenda till sometime in late October. So I just want to lay that out there for you so that when you're considering how much time you need, you might consider that some of the things you need to do to come into compliance just cannot be done real quickly.
Yes, ma'am.
That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Thank you, Mary. Any of the board members have any questions? Okay. Is there anyone else here in opposition to this revocation? Okay, is there anyone here in favor of this revocation? All right, hearing none, I will read into the record exhibits. A certified copy of the zoning ordinance, copy of the email with attachment that started the revocation, basis for revocation, report by Acting Zoning Inspector Evan Winkler, meeting notice letter, City Journal public notices, photographs, Sanborn maps, a copy of investigation report by Acting Zoning Inspector Evan Winkler, dated August 26, 2025, and a copy of the original Board of Adjustment file. And with that, I will consider this appeal having been heard. That concludes the testimonial portion of our hearing. We will now go into deliberations. And thank you, Laura, for your service.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Board members, do we need a 5-minute recess or shall we continue?
I'm good to go.
I'm good.
Go.
George, there?
Oh,
Go. Go.
okay. All right. Let's see here. So, appeal number 11964. 5025 Delmar.
Wait a minute. We got
I'm sorry. Appeal number 2059 for 5213 Daggett.
I would make a motion. I would make a motion to approve that. That's a good use for that space. I'm familiar with the area. I think that'd be a good use for that space. I don't think it's going to cause any problems either.
I'll second it.
Okay. Motion made by Mel, seconded by Joe.
Do you want
All
any
of those.
conditions like hours or nuisance?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yes, sorry.
Hours from what we say 7
to 10.
7 to 10.
and 7 days a week, and she's using the dumpster of somebody else, and that not to become a nuisance property, or not be whatever that nuisance, however we word that, not to be issued a nuisance ordinance or whatever.
I'll second it with the conditions.
Mr. Decimone,
Yes.
do you still want a condition on there about the dumpster, even though
No.
she justified? Okay, I just want to make sure. Thank you.
She's got somebody. She's using some
Right.
arrangements. No, that's not a problem.
Thank you.
That's my motion.
Okay. Motion made by Mel, seconded by Joe. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All of those opposed? Motion carries.
Are you going to be on the 8th floor? Yeah.
Findings? No.
Will not be a detriment as conditioned.
Okay.
And for
Thank you.
that one, did you do weekend hours or did you say 7 to 10?
7 days a week.
I said 7 days a week.
Okay.
Yep.
You never know when her stuff. I mean,
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Now then, appeal number 11964, 5025 Delmar Boulevard.
Joe.
Yeah, I'm here.
That's your area. That's one. That's the
Burger King.
That's the Burger King.
I make a motion to approve. I'll be so happy. That building was run down. It needs to be replaced, and the signage I think should be updated. So yeah,
I'll second it.
Okay. Motion made by Joe, seconded by, by Mel. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. George, you're
you-
muted.
Thanks, Mr. Robinson. Thank you.
You're muted, George. Still muted, George.
Hey, George, if you're in favor, raise your hand. There you go. That work?
Sure.
Sure.
That work, Mary?
Yeah, I think so. This is recorded, so we have a record of his vote. Do you think we're okay, Archer?
Yes, that's all right.
Thank you.
Okay. That was.
All right. Can you hear me now?
There you go. Hey.
Okay. Thank God.
Thanks, George. So that was 5 yeses, no nos. The motion carries. Findings, Joe?
Will not be detrimental.
You're not gonna call that an asset?
It's only an asset for my breakfast. The other day, it's just another fast food store.
Oh, man.
I think they should
Oh.
tap you to be their spokesperson, Joe.
They could just give me free breakfast. That's all I need. Okay, let's
Hilarious.
move on.
Appeal number.
Let's all be clear
one-
that that was a joke.
That was a joke. That was definitely a joke.
Joke.
Joke only.
Appeal number 11965, 2652 Hampton Avenue.
That's the
I
wall sign.
understand their reason for
That's-
this, but it's I'm not sure they're going to get everything they want. You're still got another building blocking your signage. The old police station next door to this place.
Mm-hmm.
I used to go here for Chinese food. They used to have a Chinese place there with a buffet.
The
Many
whole
years
place.
ago.
Have you seen it?
Yep.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's huge, and it needs some love and care. There's no doubt
It's-
about it.
Looks like it's green. It looks like crap.
I once did a job there when a car from Watson ran into the front of the building.
The old
Little
slave.
repair.
What was the safety issue with the sign? In my notes, I thought I had written down that there was a safety concern, and then there was issue with visibility for northbound.
The concern was people going south on Hampton,
Right.
not knowing where the building was or what it was.
If you see it,
And because Hampton turns into Watson there, or Watson
Yeah.
that ends into it, there's confusion about how to get into this lot or where it's at. That's what they're looking for.
and that's wrong. I've just been by there. You can see easily how to get in the lot. You can see there's parking in front. There's a huge sign in front. There's no need for the sign on the north side of that thing because they're being blocked by another building. If you miss this place, you're probably sleeping when you're driving.
I tend to agree with you, but isn't there a stop sign there, a stoplight?
It's like a weird, because you got Watson, you got Hampton, you got it's like a four-way right there stop sign because you've got got Crazy Bowls right across the street. And then you've got the EMS headquarters right there and an old used car lot and then stuff. It's a very convoluted intersection. But if you go by there, they've got parking in front, they've got parking in back. It's very easy to find out. I mean, where to park.
Well, if there's a stoplight there, you would think that the left turn into that street would be one of the functions of the light, and you'd be able to make a left turn with no problem.
Like I said, I just don't see I don't see a need for a sign on the north side of the building.
Oh, I personally don't have a problem with signage. If businesses think they need signage here in the city of St. Louis, and I'm just happy to see people filling up buildings. From a real estate point of view, I don't care.
Martin, if you go by this place, you'd see what I'm talking about. They don't need any more signs than they got. It's huge.
I did go by and look at it. Didn't bother me. They had a sign there. I do see what they're saying. Just giving you my 2 cents on it.
Do you want to make an emotion? Anybody want to make a motion?
Oh, I'll make a motion to approve. You give me the motion.
Any seconds?
You need to vote on the well, we don't have a second. So.
Yeah, I can't second that. I agree with Mel. With the signage on the front of the building, I go by there all the time to go to Ted Drew's, and I see the building very easily. So I just.
Do you see the building very easily, or do you see the name of the company very easily, Anthony? That's the question. Do you see the name of the building after you pass it, or do you see it as you're coming up on it?
You can see the name of the building name of the company
You-
very easily.
Yeah, you can see the name of the company. You can see the
When
name
you
of the
get by
company.
it
And
or before you get there?
I would so I would say in the instance that you are in the instance that you are traveling southbound on Hampton, I probably notice it. I will say that I notice it probably just just before I get to the building. Um, yeah, I would say it's just before I get to the building. If I'm stopped at the light, I I clearly see it. But if I'm driving, you know, if I were looking for it, I would catch it just before the building.
Yeah, I think that was their point.
All you gotta do is go around the block then.
I
Okay.
I don't, got a motion for motivated to approve.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Apparently not.
Then the motion fails. Do we have another motion?
I'd make a motion to deny.
I'll second.
Motion made by Mel, seconded by Joe. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
That's 4 in favor, 1 opposed. The motion carries. Meeting minutes.
No, we got
Findings?
I'm sorry, findings.
There's no findings.
There is no findings for
Aye.
yeah.
What
we
about
denied.
the
Revocation.
The revocation hearing also.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I
Sorry
heard
about
somebody
that.
say minutes, but we're not quite ready.
No,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sitting here thinking about the time frame that
Sure.
George has to be done, and so I keep looking at my clock, and I'm like,
Okay, I'm good. I'm good.
okay, all right.
As the person who made the first motion to deny or put the conditions on in the original condition or Board of Adjustment hearing in, what was it, 2017? And this has been going on for 7 years.
It was
I'm correct.
January. I'm sorry, you're right. The hearing was held December 20th of 7/17, and they were issued in January because we didn't meet for a couple of weeks. So
I mean,
That's enough time.
there were a lot of conditions on it, but it's not like they didn't know it. If they ever had any questions about any of the conditions, they could have called. I'm sure Evan or whoever at the time would have been kind enough to go out and explain it to them. 7 years. It was in black and white, and they didn't do anything until 2 days ago when they knew they were going to be inspected. I'm a little bit miffed at these people. I don't want to close down a business, but I don't think that they took us seriously 7 years ago because they didn't do anything until they were actually pressed and know that they were going to be possibly revoked. Now, I get the good intentions that they want to do it now, but I would say that we don't give it any more than 60 days for them to get in compliance with everything. If they're going to use the associated lots for this business, either consolidate it, get it paved, and use it like you're supposed to, or don't consolidate it and then don't use the lot. It's just that simple.
Well, since we're so far behind, can we say up to 90 days? And if they want to amend their,
Yeah, I guess so, because we're in October already before they get on the board.
I'd second tabling it for that
90 days.
90 days.
I'm sorry, what was that, George?
I would second that motion. If you're gonna table for
I
90
made the
days.
motion to continue for 90 days
I'll
for
second
them
it.
to get in compliance with everything, or to
Well,
show that they're doing a
So,
good faith effort.
Mr. Klitzing, I feel like in this letter, we need to be a little bit more specific about what we mean by compliance so that it's completely clear to.
I agree.
So in the letter, we're tabling it. You tell me when to stop, but I'll summarize what I think you might be trying to do. We're continuing it for 90 days. And during that time, they must come into compliance with all the conditions on their variance.
Or apply
To amend.
amend the conditions.
Right. And I
Right.
think we should go farther to say that coming into compliance includes applying for the appropriate sign permits and applying for the appropriate consolidation of the parcels. Or
But
they always have the
Mary,
choice, like you
Mary, they
said.
wouldn't have to consolidate if they didn't use it, right?
I was about to say that.
Oh, okay.
Because there's always an option if they don't want to
Right.
consolidate, and that does, there is some cost involved with that, hiring the surveyor and all that. So if they don't want to consolidate, they would have to contain the operation to only the 5610 Dr. Martin Luther King parcel.
That would be my motion.
Does that cover your motion? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
That's the way I understood it. That's what I'd second that. George, no, you already just seconded it, didn't you, George?
It's okay. It's all right.
George
So-
seconded it, so if he's still gay, I'm good with George seconding it.
Okay.
Okay, that motion was made by Joe, seconded by George, and I think expounded by Mary.
Assisted by Mary.
All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All of those opposed?
I just don't want him to think he just is gravy here.
Understood. That is 4 in favor of tabling this and 1 opposed. Motion carries. The appellant has up to 90 days to get all of the items mentioned in order.
Or make it a
Can I say one thing? I'm gonna have to leave now, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye,
Okay.
George. Thank you.
Thanks, George.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye, George. Be
Bye
well.
now.
Have a
Thank
good
you, George.
weekend.
Okay.
All right. And now meeting minutes from, I guess, 2 weeks ago.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
my office does have some updates for the board if they would like to request a closed session for us to discuss. Ms. Shaw is here as well.
Okay. Let's get
We need a
vote.
motion to go into closed
Yep.
session. Thank you.
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Gotta do a roll call.
I'm sorry. Motion made by Mel, seconded by Mona.
Roll call.
Yep. Mel,
Yes.
Mona,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
and the chair votes yes.
All right, give me a second to hit pause and put people in the waiting room.
Okay, we are back. Meeting minutes. Can I hear a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second
That
that.
would be from August 13th.
Yes, sir.
I'll second it.
Motion made by Mona, seconded by Mel. All of those in favor?
Aye.
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 All of those opposed? Meeting minutes are in. Any new business?
We don't have a
Mary?
meeting next week.
No meeting next week.
Yeah. So we
Oh.
don't have a meeting next week, but we do have something very exciting happening next week. Actually, next Wednesday evening is going to be the public kickoff of the zoning code. I know most of you have already met with the consultants. We had those small group meetings, but thanks, Evan. I like your little. But we're going to do our original public kickoff was scheduled for the second week of June, but because that was so close to the tornado, we just didn't feel right having that public kickoff. So that's why we postponed it until early September. But it will be in Forest Park. The location is escaping me. Can you remember, Evan?
It's the visitor center.
The visitor center in Forest Park. It's open to the public. It's from 5 to 7, I believe. Yeah. So if you guys have a chance to stop by, that would be great. And the consultants will be in town most of next week. And we have a series of meetings that we're starting to schedule with them with different working groups and different departments in City Hall. So something to keep in mind, because we were just talking about our rules and regulations, is that we're updating those now to meet an ordinance that was passed. But don't be surprised in a year or so after the new zoning code is adopted, we may find ourselves updating our rules and regulations again, because right now we're administered under the old code, but I would expect in the new code that the way the board operates and what we do might change a little bit, because it's 70 years later. So we may do things a little more efficiently. That's something that the consulting team will be charged with, is looking at the way our different boards operate and making recommendations based on what the state law allows us to do, how we might be able to improve that some. So stay tuned.
I got a question.
Yes.
Will the new zoning code do away with special districts, such as the Central West End, South City, or whatever?
I don't know. I think we're not at a point to say, yes, the form-based codes are going away. I would expect, because the form-based codes are problematic, but in reality, they sometimes result in nice pieces of architecture that we would not get if we didn't have the form-based code. So what the consultants will be charged with is looking at those form-based codes, not just form-based codes, but looking at all of our overlay districts. They'll be charged with, figuring out what parts of those are working, what parts of those working would be good to do citywide. So I would expect overlay districts in general to change. But it would be premature for me to say that form-based codes are completely going away, because I don't know that. We haven't had the public input, and the consultants have not had the opportunity to read every one of our overlay districts. They will by the end of this. I expect them to change. And they might not even be called form-based districts. We don't know that. But I think
life for an architect was so much easier before the form-based codes hit. You just learned it once and it was cover the whole city. That was great. Then these form-based codes came up, and 12-foot ceiling heights, and you can't use this material or that material or everything else.
I do think that we will see more design standards in our new code. So, I'd be prepared for that. And I think that's appropriate. I mean, we're probably one of the few largest cities in the country left that doesn't have some kind of design standards in their zoning code. So I think that's appropriate. But I still think that we are going to have some sort of overlay districts. I don't know if they'll be form-based codes or not, but I think the way that overlay districts can be used in a positive manner is that they can encourage the development of a certain area. They can be used to encourage an entertainment district, or they can be used to protect a certain area from an oversaturation of different kinds of uses. So I think there's a place for them in the city. And when you look at our entire city, it's not equal across the board. So I think we will need to have some overlay districts to allow certain parts of the city to get the development they need, but they might need a little help getting it there.
Yeah,
I agree
I
with
think that's a long way to say to you, I don't really know if I can't really say form-based codes are going to go away. I think some of the problematic parts of the form-based code will go away because we hear from a lot of different people that they're problematic. But I think there's also parts of the code that work in our favor, and I would expect to see those stay.
I agree.
I agree with Mary 100%. And I also don't think it escapes the consultants that our form-based districts have some of the highest requests for variances. So
Yeah.
they take that into consideration when they're doing diagnostics.
And for me, the hard part about the form-based code is, if you remember the very first one that ever came into play, that set of consultants said the form-based codes are going to make things easier. And so that's not happened. Actually, we don't ever have anything come to this board that needs more than a couple of variances, unless it's in a form-based code, and then it needs
a whole bunch.
Yeah, I mean, I think on an average about 10 or 12. We've had as many as a little over 20. The fewest I can remember is maybe 4, but that's still too many. I mean, it just says if you have to have that many variances, it just says it's not working.
Yeah,
Just-
I take a
just
nap
seems-
while Evan reads.
First time I got into it, the book is like 80 pages long, and I was doing a building on Pershing, and it was just difficult to figure out if it was a boulevard building or this or that and whatever, and whether or not I could build what I wanted to build.
And sometimes that's subjective too, because
Yeah.
I think you're right. They don't give enough of a description about what it is. So, what's a pole building to one person is not a pole building to another person. That was a bad example.
Pedestal building is the one that I was dealing with, but
So,
it just is like, the 12-foot ceiling is a requirement on the first floor. When you got not only a ceiling height, but you also got a height of the building. That if you did 10 foot, you might be lower than that, but if you do the 12 foot, you're over it.
that's
So-
a problem, but that's a problem for a different reason that I think nobody realizes. That's a problem because when they put that ceiling height requirement in the form-based code for that zone, it was because they never intended for there to be residential on the first floor in that zone. But what happened since the time they wrote the form-based code is the market changed in that area. And so the form-based code has not been updated I'm not against the ceiling height requirement. If it truly is a commercial district and we really want it to develop commercial, they need that ceiling height, But if it's an area that we want to be residential, then we've created a hardship for people that are trying to build because it does add to the cost,
On the Bolivar right now, we just recently in the last couple of years built 2 rather large developments there, and they were required to put commercial on the first floor. None of it is leased. Fields went in and it closed. So it's a residential area, forcing commercial into it. Those spaces are sitting there vacant.
We look forward to your positions at the sessions.
And there will be a working session just for if you and Mr. Robinson are interested. They will specifically do a working session geared towards the architect community. There'll be another working session geared towards the development community, so that the consultants can hear from those people that interact with the code and what their issues are.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. We'll make sure you get an invite.
Yeah, we're working on scheduling one for AIA, so I'll make sure you get those invites.
You sure you want me there?
Yes.
Yes.
You got
It's
one for,
important that they hear from
Right.
everyone. It really is.
how about the realtors? They-
Yeah,
We've
that's
talked about a
in
realtor
discussion
meeting
also.
too, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
yeah,
just not
yeah,
as far along.
Yeah.
Thanks, Evan.
I deal with a lot of stuff as a commercial realtor that we get in there and like, you can't do that. You gotta get a variance. And it's like with a certain person we put in here just across the street on Hampton Avenue, just to put a freezer in. That was an expansion of premises, and that caused us to go and get, luckily we were able to get the alder people. Everybody wanted her here, so but we had to get a zoning hall waiver, stuff like that. So because she put
Yeah.
a 10-foot refrigerator on the back of the building.
Anything else?
Okay.
No, I gotta call Mary. I gotta give you a call as we're finished here.
Okay.
Evan, I'll see you at 9 o'clock.
Yes, you will.
Okay.
Okay. Can I get a motion
I'll
to
make a
adjourn?
motion to close or
Adjourn.
get out of here. Yeah, adjourn. That's important.
Mr. Desimone, give me
Yes.
5 minutes for a little girl's restroom break.
That's fine. If you want,
Okay.
just give me a call whenever you.
Okay, I'll do that.
Glad you have to talk to you.
All right.
Thank
All
you.
right, I'll second.
Bye, you all.
Motion
Bye,
made by
everyone.
Joe,
Have
seconded
a
by
good
Mona.
day.
Bye, Mary.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
Mary. Have a good
We need to
weekend.
vote.
Have a
We need
good
to vote.
Wait,
No.
yes, yes,
We have to
Oh,
vote.
yes,
Thank you.
yes.
All of those in favor?
Everybody enjoy your Labor Day.
Aye.
I
Aye.
will be laboring. Aye.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Everybody,
Bye.
have a good
See
weekend.
you in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Have a good